son of a bitch. I have no idea why in the fuck this would start, but it started now, so goddamn it, let's go.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat, written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. What the fuck is going on? I don't know why we're having so many tech problems. I blame the aliens and this new tooth I have. Jesus Christ. The fuck is happening right now? So you might see I got the door open. Here he comes. Oliver's been dying to get in here. Come here, bub. Come here. Come say hi to the people. So he's apparently very lonely today. He's been all up in my grill all day long. So say hi to the people. Hi, Oliver. Hi, people. Hi, lovely people. I feel like I look like I was choking him. I wasn't choking him, I promise. Right. You're not choked. Okay. Daddy's got a show to do. Can we not do the butthole thing? All right, we're just going to leave him be for now. I don't know what the fuck is happening. So my software shit the bed or something happened. This is the error I was getting the whole time. Every time I'd go to live stream, it would say unable to stream. Don't know why. So I had to redo the parameters. Excuse me, on the YouTube side. I think we got it. Who gives a fuck, Barry? Just start the show. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being. Fuck it. It doesn't even matter. The voice is still not better. It still sounds sexy. I don't feel bad though. My wife was like, "Why don't you go to the urgent care?" Like, I don't feel bad. I mean, I'm tired, but I don't feel bad. So I don't know what's going on with the voice, the throat. Save your dick sucking jokes. I won't be reading them. Here we are. So weird start to the show. Yeah. I went to the doctor this morning and, well, not the doctor, the dentist, same thing. No, it's not. Went to the dentist, got a new crown, had a temporary crown that I was using for about 3 weeks. And I felt like a temporary crown is like a spare tire in your mouth. You know, like that little donut they put in the trunk that just gets you from where you're at to where you need to be to get a real tire. That's kind of what a temporary crown is. And I had one of those. And shut up, Tyler. I got to get me a pop filter for this thing. So I had in a temporary crown for a very long time. And finally got the real one. Now, what they did, though, is they made the real one a little bit brighter than the ones around it because I'm going to be whitening my teeth for TV. So I was like, well, we got to go a shade lighter. Well, we'll see what's happening. What's up, Roman? How are you, buddy? So I got the tooth. We got power. I don't know. It's supposed to rain later today. We'll see what happens. Don't forget today is Tuesday. Kristopher Hart of the Whiskey Neat Show, Whiskey Neat podcast on ESPN Radio is going to be joining me as he always does during hour number 2. Now, we have homework. I hope you guys did your homework to hang out with me and Kristopher Hart. If not, you still have a little bit of time to watch the movie Skins and to watch the movie Predestination. I wanted to say Redemption for some reason, but it's Predestination. So I also would be remiss if I didn't point out today is the 1-year anniversary of the murder of George Floyd. I feel like this country over the last year has a lot of work to do, but still had a made a step forward in the discussion department, if nothing else. And I think we still have a ton of work to do. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that it happened, that I didn't bring it up because it is the 1 year anniversary. We have a lot of work to do as a country. We're not going to make this a political show. When it happened, we had our discussions, and we've had plenty on the topic on this show since then. But I felt that at least I needed to acknowledge the fact that it has been 1 year today. 1 year ago today that George Floyd was murdered. So let's keep trying to be better America. We have a lot. Like I said, I don't feel bad. I probably sound worse than I feel. What's up, Stephen Luther? What's up, Chris Reyes? So let's get to the chat. Let's do that first. I showed you the error I was getting. Fuck this software. Whatever's going on there. Hey, let's do this chat because we always shout out the greatest decade in the history of the world for the day. And today, that greatest decade is Jeremy Vinegar, who was first in the chat. It damn near was a three-way tie. I'm not going to lie. But the software has to figure out who's first. And it bubbled up Jeremy Vinegar to the top. And he is the greatest decade in the history of the world, at least for the next 2 hours. And then it's back to just being a regular, raggedy-ass mofo. But he didn't get the first super chat, and so he doesn't get the triple crown because Virginia Buttonweed said, fuck your couch, and Congo blocked him. So appreciate you being in first, Jeremy Vinegar. Virginia Buttonweed, I appreciate you sending the first super chat and keeping the lights on. We hope. We just don't know. Let's get to the rest of the chat, shall we? I see it in front of me here. I don't know why we're congratulating Terrence, but congratulations are in order. I don't know why. I would have to go back and look, but I can't see it to put it on my screen. I missed Steven, the weather guy's weather report on the right-hand side, but I can read it over here, and it says, excuse me, current conditions at BiffNet World Headquarters, 78 degrees, dew point 74 degrees, thunderstorms nearby. 80% chance people in the Rotisserie Baseball League need to get their shit together. Au contraire, mon frere. Guess who's up to third? Suck it. I told you bitches I knew what I was doing. Just not in that stupid ass, whatever bullshit fucking league you created, Steven. A man's league. Man's league. Well, we can have women, but you know. Anyways. Let's see who else is here. Jesus Perez is in the building. Terrence J is here. Shelby, what's up, girl? CC. I love CC. Jen is here. My sweet Jen, how are you? Josh is here. I haven't seen Josh in a minute. What's up, buddy? Josh said, just stopping by. Drop that thumbs up, then back to work. Hope y'all are having a good one. Hey, man, appreciate you for the thumbs up. Thanks for stopping by. Very much appreciated. Mimi's in the building. What's up, girl? Frank Ruiz is here. Who else? Dandy Dan in the building. TDP, Total Dallas. Donna Rodgers, my sweet Donna. Kristopher Ray, as I mentioned earlier. Chuck Dunaway. PZH 420. I can't do the names like I normally do. I can't do like a high note. My voice will crack. D Mata's here. He said, Pookie, haven't had a job in almost 20 years. What? Who else is here? Josh Fernandez is here. That is good to see. Wallace is in the building. Alex Villanueva. Barry on Sports. Fuck that guy. Incarnate is here. That's good. Tony Garza, you handsome son of a bitch, you. KD is in the building. Wait. I saw this. Justin said I feel like a dick now. Okay. Barry took edibles and can't figure out hit start. No, I didn't take any edibles. KD said, in the meantime, shout out to Hemp Vita. I've been dealing with a sharp pain in the neck area, and the muscle rub has been amazing so far. If you have tried it out yet, please do. If you haven't yet, please do. I'm telling you. Hey, there's Jess. What's up, Jess from Don't Drink and Draw? DFL Smith is here. Okay, I'm exhausted. Let's just start the show. I feel like I don't know why I'm so tired. All right. You are on a roll, Josh, and it's good to see. Let's get this party started. What do I have on the agenda today? First things first, I got to do a little show update, and then we're going to talk sports. I have plenty of sports to discuss with you today. We do have more videos. I got Brooks Koepka losing his shit when Bryson DeChambeau walks by. Aaron Rodgers telling Kenny Mayne he's pretty much done with the Packers. I've got Ariza tackling Giannis. I want to know if you think it was dirty before, during, and or after. And we're going to do a lot more. We'll do a lot more. But before we do all that, I want to get to the royalty program. As you know, as you know, we started a royalty program for the month of May. Now, I probably didn't do the best job in publicizing it and making it a bigger deal. I feel like the prizes that we offered were pretty fucking dope. But we had 10, 12. I heard that thunder. We had 10 or 12 people show up. So that's good. We've got 10 or 12 entries into the royalty pro. I'll take that. And they have been out there diligently spreading the word of Barry on Deck to the masses. And so I have the update. I have the leaderboard update for you. This ends at the end of the month. So you have 6 days to get your shit together and try to win this. And remember, you're playing for cash and gift cards and gift cards and all kinds of cool shit. Right now, your leader in the clubhouse. I'm so sorry. My voice sounds like this. Right now, your leader in the clubhouse, Robber. No T. Robber. He's got low T. Robber has low T. That's why he's not a Robert. Okay, I typed these. Robert Likes Beer with 32 points is the leader. Alan Denson is second with 31. TDP in third place with 20. And Francisco at 13. Donna Rodgers at 10. Total Dallas at 5. Daniel Davis at 4, along with Shelby Tucker. Mac McClendon with 1. Scott Hanza with 0. So, Scott in the royalty program is like a house in fantasy. He fucking sucks at it. Sucks a fat donkey's ass at this. But good shit for Robert Likes Beers. He is out here killing it with Alan Denson. And TDP is close. You are still within striking distance. You guys can go back and see what the point totals are. I'm sorry, House. Hint. Here's the secret. If you want to ratchet up your points, if you want to jump off that leaderboard, send us some leads for advertisers. Like legit, don't be like, you should call McDonald's. Fuck you. Well, I want a name and a number and an email, and then I'm going to tell them Frank sent me, and then be like, who the fuck is Frank? That's not a lead. That doesn't count. You can't just be like, you should call Frank's Auto Body. Hey, Frank, truck driver Pookie sent me. No idea who the fuck that is. Ray Ramirez, no clue. Fuck that guy. You're not getting points. What's up, Noakes? Welcome back. So, you CC, if females could be sons of bitches. What's up, David? CC said, anytime someone stops me for an IT issue, I hop on their machine and subscribe to Barry on Deck. I thought I read that wrong. Okay. I thought you said anytime someone stops you for an IT issue, you tell them to call Barry on Deck. And being sarcastic, I would have hurt you. I didn't get COVID. I don't feel bad. I don't have COVID. I don't feel bad. I just don't have a voice. I'm a little tired and I don't have a voice and a cough. Not a COVID cough. I am vaccinated. I see that now. You are the best, CC. All right, let's get to this. So that's the royalty program. You still have time to catch up if you're one of those middling ones that are, 13 to, I don't know if like the single digit folks are going to be able to catch Robert and Alan total, because you only get like 1 point a day if you leave a comment on the video, right? So if you comment on every video that's left, or you go back and comment, I guess you could make up points. I got to go back and count them again, but yeah, there's ways to make up points. I just don't know if y'all are going to catch truck driver Pookie, Alan, and Robert, but it's going to be close, and I appreciate those guys. Yeah, I think it's adjusted as the weather. I needed to stop my back. My grass needs to be mowed, but I'm going to tell you what's bad right now. These guys, I think it's the allergies. I don't think I have COVID. I haven't shit out my face yet. Isn't that a side effect of COVID? You poop out your face? I might have made that up. All right, let's get to some sports. We talked a little bit about it yesterday on the program. Julio Jones got surprised, ambushed by Shannon Sharp on Underhanded, or whatever the fuck that show is called. And he basically said he was done with the Atlanta Falcons and that he didn't want to play for the Cowboys because he wanted to play for a winner. His words, not mine, chat. Don't get angry. However, there was somebody out there recruiting Julio straight away, and we mentioned the Arizona Cardinals yesterday. They came up in conversation. DeAndre Hopkins posted a picture on his IG and said, "Hey, Julio, you remember what we talked about?" And then the rest of the NFL world lost its mind when he did this. So many people were leaving conflicts. So many people were leaving comments like, yo, chill, man, chill. You could see like who all left. Devontae Adams left a comment. Who else was it? Mohamed Sanu left a Juju Smith-Schuster left a comment. He said, DHop recruiting everyone. Mohamed Sanu said, laughing my ass off, motherfuckers out here making super teams now. Jalen Ramsey said, chill, relax. Devontae Adams said, yo, chill. So, yeah, it got people a little upset in a funny way. They were just, they weren't attacking him. January Jones greater than Julio Jones. Virginia, but we were talking sports. Grown-ups were talking. Why are you doing this? Yeah, David Green said his video froze. Yeah, hit refresh. So that was kind of funny. I just thought that was an interesting thing there. If you hadn't heard, the A's were moving their franchise, and now, as discussed on Sports Right Live, by the way, we have a show tonight, twitch.tv/Sports Right Live, but as discussed on Sports Right, we talked about where the A's might move. Vegas seems to be the odds-on favorite. My suggestion was Portland might be an option, and they are now in the mix. It looks like it's a two-horse race between Portland and Vegas. So there's your second option for the Oakland Athletics, who might be on the move at some point. Baseball might force their hand because the city of Oakland doesn't want to build them a stadium. I mean, look, the A's have always been a small market team because they're in a small market. They don't make a lot of money there. Not that Portland would make them a big market team, but having a new stadium and it being full all the time, it's sad to watch Oakland A's games and you see that whole top level covered with those tarps and stuff. Kind of sucks. So, Vegas would be a good option for them. Portland, I think, would be a good option. I think San Antonio would be a good option. I think those are the top three. Though I think Vegas is probably the front runner still. I think all these leagues want sports in Vegas. It makes sense. Let's evaluate this for a ton of the reasons that it makes sense. One, gambling is becoming more prevalent. Gambling will be legalized at some point. And all these leagues are going to get into it more. Two, you've got a huge visitor population in Vegas. Excuse me. And part of that is a worldwide visitor population, which brings eyeballs to your sport if you have a team in Vegas. If somebody's looking for something to do, whether it be football, hockey, or baseball, if they're in town and they're bored, let's go watch a baseball game. I don't know, what is baseball? They could be from Mother Russia. It was a terrible accent. Hello, Sid. They could be Australian here, all right? Let's throw another shrimp on the barbie. This is so fucking lame. But y'all get my point. You've got people from all over the world that could be exposed to American football, hockey, baseball. Maybe they go watch a game. They don't understand a goddamn thing, but they see it. It's good advertising. It's good marketing for these teams. So it makes sense to have a team there. I don't know. I mean, I've been to Vegas. You can only do so much in Vegas, Chris. You can only lose so much money at the nickel slots. And then you're like, all right, let's get some whores and go catch a game. I don't know how Vegas works. I really should have got another drink. I have leftover water from yesterday I'll sip on. It's going to be hot, though. Wyoming does not need a team, Tony Garza. Wyoming does not need a team. So the A's might be moving to Portland. Doubt it, though. Most likely is Vegas. Oh, by the way, if you want to get some points in the royalty program, I just tweeted out the program and posted it on Facebook. So you can go retweet that and then share it to your wall and grab you a couple points for the day. All right, more sports to discuss. The world's largest dispensary in Vegas is badass. Really? Is it in Vegas? Man, I don't fuck with that no more. After this, I feel like I got this from vaping. I don't fuck with that no more. I think I just want to switch to like weed suppositories. Are those a thing? You know, I mean, let's evaluate this for a second. So I had to quit smoking when I was 34 years old. I started when I was 13. I started smoking when I was 13 years old. I quit when I was 34. I was smoking 2.5 packs of cigarettes a day. So smoking, I got smoker's lungs, even though since then I've ran a marathon and I've been somewhat healthy. I still don't want to smoke. So then I vaped. And that gave me bronchitis, and the doctor was like, you can't vape. I'm trying to lose weight. So edibles, I don't need the extra sugar. I feel like if someone would just invent weed suppositories, you just bloop. Good to go. Kind of like butt chugging vodka, right? You get a little high, they'll pull a little vodka soaked tampon. I mean, that might be a good option for me. Maybe there's no side effects. I don't know. VB said, what marathon? Are we turning this into an AMA? Is that what we're doing, VB? VB said, what marathon did you run? I ran the Houston Marathon. The picture's right there. Let me get it. Hold on. I'm going to close this door, too. Oh, look at this sexy bitch here. I got my little mug, too. Yeah, this really happened. Here's the mug. It was 2008. There's the mug. Finisher. Because I finish what I start, goddammit. And no, I wasn't no bitch doing the half marathon. I did that whole motherfucker. Look at that goatee. Look at that goatee, goddammit. That just screams fucking Camaro. Yeah, that's the... I ran the marathon, 2008, 4 years after I quit smoking. Not a fast time because I ran it with my sister and her friend, and they had to stop and pee every fucking hour. And I didn't want to leave them because I'm a gentleman. Haven't ran one since, so. Okay, Chuck, now who's the asshole, huh? Hey, Chuck, how about you pull your balls aside, push your peen down, stick it in your butthole, and go fuck yourself. Daddy ran a marathon for real. I got the goddamn proof right here. I got other pictures too. Bong rips with Barry is top 5 on my bucket list. Oh, we could do that. I would smoke weed with you. It probably would be weird, but I would smoke weed with you. What up, Walt? What up, Paul? Barry, when are you doing your hot tub stream? Fuck it, let's go. Okay, no one wants to see that. No one wants to see that. Houston Marathon pack, $19.99 on eBay. You know what? I am just not in the mood for y'all shit today. Did I run in transition? No, bitch, those are sunglasses. Running no fucking transitions ninjas. Those are my don't tread on me. Man, the goatee was tight though. Hold on, let's see. But no, those are just sunglasses. Oh, look at that sexy bitch. Look at that sexy bitch. I look kind of like Kenny Powers there a little bit. I got a very Kenny Powers vibe going. Yeah, so for those of you that doubt my athletic prowess can suck a fat giraffe dick. Chuck. Incarnate. Seriously, I hope hope you choke on a giraffe's nut. Why does he look like the doctor on Grey's Anatomy there? I don't even know what that means. Shut up, Total Dallas. You suck at the royalty program. Why don't you just focus on leaving a comment on a video, you dumb dick? All right. This is getting aggressive. There's going to be no rage quit today, but I'm telling y'all, if you want the smoke, I'm here for it. I am definitely here for the smoke today. I would highly advise you all to back the fuck up. All right, I'm just kidding. Try me, bitch. Steve said back in the day when Barry used a push mower. No, that was back in the day when Barry didn't fucking have a yard to mow. All right, you know, why are we talking about this? I just mentioned it in passing. Jesus Christ. What's up, Scott? Dealing with all these dumb bitches. Okay, let's talk more sports. I don't know why I'm so tired. Look, I'm here for the smoke. Here, Huckleberry. Man, if you don't sit your coconut ass down, Tony Garza. Paul said, anything new on Deshaun? No, I haven't seen. I mean, I've heard stuff, but nothing I can share with you guys. It's just a fact. I have heard stuff that's made me go, You know, I have sources. Nothing I can share with you guys. I wasn't allowed to. Why are we doing an AMA? Okay, fuck it. Let's just do an AMA. Whatever. It's your show. Fine. Here, y'all want to do an AMA? You just want to ask me questions? Look, cool. Nope, that's not the goddamn AMA. Here we go. AMA. Just put AMA in the chat. Ask me anything you want to ask me, and I'll answer it. Okay? Just AMA. And I'll answer your question. And we're going to get to Brooks, I promise. CC, I promise. And Carson said, AMA, what marathon shoes do you recommend? I would go to a place that'll fit you. Because there are some folks that have like flat feet or fallen arches. There are some folks that pronate. Like, it just depends on your running style and your feet. And you really need to get fitted with the right kind of shoes. My advice is buy 2 pair. And train in both. Here's why. If you just buy 1 pair, by the time you get to the marathon, especially if you do like the Hal Higdon training, which has you running all the time, a lot, which is what I used. If you just want to learn how to train for a marathon, there's literally just Google Hal Higdon marathon training. And it gives you a schedule, and you just start doing it. The most you'll ever run is like 21, maybe 24 miles. You'll never run a marathon until the day of the marathon. It's crazy. But it is a lot of running. And so you're going to wear your shoes down. You don't want them to be so worn down that they're no good come the day of the marathon. Same thing, though. You don't want to have a brand new pair that you run in and you might get blisters, which is why I recommend you buy 2 of the same pair and you alternate. 1 week you run in one week you run in the next. You rotate. One pair is not going to get worn out. And if one gets a little more worn than the other, at least they're both not new by the time the marathon rolls around. You're welcome. But I have, I'll have to get them at the break. Well, let's see. What are they called? I don't remember. I'd have to go get them. CC AMA, can we stop this and go to the Brooks story? Yes, we'll do it, CC, I promise. Justice Winford AMA, what's the best life lesson you learned on the road doing Carmine? What's the best live lesson you learned on the road doing Carmine? I don't even know what the fuck that means. I'm sure that was a joke, and I'm sure it was hilarious. Brandon AMA, what's the one club you would like to perform at? Oh, that's a good question. Well, it's not here anymore, but I would love to have gone back and performed at the Laugh Stop. But ones that exist, probably the Comedy Store, just because of the lore of it all. So, the Comedy Store. Can we time out Incarnate? Fleet Feet Sports. Yep, my buddy owns one. Cool. All right, no more AMAs. Tow Driver Pookie AMA, can you please ask Chris Hart how he felt? Okay, first of all, it's KR, not C. Can you please ask Kristopher Hart how he felt about the last makeout scene of Skins when y'all talk about it? Yes. Yes, I can. We're going to talk about it. He watched it. Notes by Noakes at AMA, when are you coming to Austin to perform with Joe Rogan? That dude has no idea who the fuck I am. There's no way. I mean, I've been in Austin. I've performed there. Trust me, Joe Rogan doesn't give a fuck about me. In fact, I had a reminder back in the day. I might have told this story before. Back when I'm going to try to find it for you guys. Back when I had the CageDoor.net, which was an MMA website that covered MMA here in Houston, I was trying to do some different things to promote it. One of those things that I did is I made a shirt. That shirt, I think I still have a copy of it. That shirt, where's the history on here? Don't they show you your history? Do they not do that anymore? What do they call the reminders on Facebook? What's it called? Anyways, it popped up recently. And I made a shirt. It just had Joe Rogan on the front. And it said, WWJRD. What would Joe Rogan do? And we were selling them and giving them away. And I put it on on the internet. And he saw it. And he's like, bro, you can't just put my face on a shirt. Yeah, memories. I'm looking for it now. It was like, bro, you can't just put my face on a shirt. That's just not okay. I was like, oh. He was cool about it. He goes, just if you're selling them, donate it to charity, and we're good. Which I thought was cool. It's literally the only time I've ever spoken to Joe Rogan. Okay, you guys are just... This is why I don't do AMA anymore. Because Incarnate just is... Can you send TD that Rangers... Can you guys at least... If I'm going to do it, could you just fucking take it serious instead of fucking around with it? Because I try to read every AMA. But you guys want to be dicks about it. Just post your message that way. Okay, no more AMA. That got on my goddamn nerves. Can't have fucking nothing nice around here. You guys got to fuck around. Oh, this is an old picture. This is kind of weird. Okay, next person to fuck around with the AMA is getting banned. In fact, D-Mata, you're banned now. I just banned you. And you guys don't believe me. I tried, look, right there. See where it says fucking unbanned? That's because I banned him. Keep fucking around. Anybody else? Anybody else want to fuck around with the AMA? Anybody else? Anybody? Jared, we're going to do that on Lawn Talk on Friday because D-Mata asked it. So we're going to save that for Lawn Talk. Look, this is Andy Huggins and I were on the road, and this was a bed that Andy Huggins slept in. This was 5 years ago today, May 22nd. 5 years ago, May 22nd. We stayed in Austin, and he slept in a bed that had New Kids on the Block sheets. Grown-ass man. So, all right, that's the only memory I saw. I didn't see the Joe Rogan. We're moving on. Let's get to this for CC. This is Brooks. That bed is fire. This is Brooks Koepka being a dick to Bryson DeChambeau. Check it out. The guy's like, we're going to enjoy that in the TV comment. He's like, I honestly wouldn't even care. He fucking hates that dude. He hates Bryson DeChambeau so much. They hate each other so much. And I'm here for it. That was genuine hate. That was like if Josh Ennis walked by and I'm doing I'd just be like, oh, this fat motherfucker. I really don't hate him that much. I do that for you guys. I mean, I don't like the dude, but I really don't have anybody. I'm trying to think, who do I hate that much? Adam Clanton, maybe. I don't know. I don't even hate that dude that much. I really don't hate anybody that much. Like, that's real hate. Yeah, I know. You guys definitely hate Josh for me. I don't hate the dude that much. I think he's a pussy for calling me a pussy when he's a bigger pussy than I'll ever be. But other than that, it's not that much hate. But that dude, that was some serious anger. Like, when you lose your train of thought like that in the middle of an interview because a guy that you hate so fucking much walks by. I said that's White Magic and AJ passing each other. Yeah. White Magic would be like, anyways, I was balling out. I had scored like 47 and it wasn't even, we were just going to 15, but I already have 40. Fuck. What was I talking about? You had 47 points in a game to 15? Fuck, I don't know. Just start over. And Carter said, can we have DeMata back now? No. Did we learn? Did we learn? Did we learn DeMata? Yes, let me scroll up and unban him. All right, DeMata's unbanned now. Won't have this fucking around. Yeah, they do need more of that. I think they should just, for once, what's up, Jeff Bell? Has there ever been a fight on the golf course? That's what I'm here for. Can we get some fisticuffs? When's the last golf fight? When's the last time two dudes have just squared off and been like, all right, son? I feel like golf dudes don't know how to fight either. Like they do like an old 1850s curled fist fight. Like they're the fucking Boston Celtics mascot. And they're like, let's go. I'll give you a good sock across the lips, pal. They just punch like that. They don't even punch. They just flick it. Oh, Happy Gilmore was the last good fight. Yeah, that's a good point, Walt and Incarnate. Fight on the green would make golf athletic. I'd be here for it. We need a good golf fight. And I feel like if this keeps going, if Brooks and Bryson, if the hate continues to fester, like just deep rooted, like it's like they fucked each other's wives or something. It's like the hate is amazing. When it can make you do that, when it can make you forget what you're saying on TV because you see a guy that you fucking hate so much, you're just like, fuck that guy in your mind. That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. There was, wait a minute. Oh, you guys almost got in a fight or was somebody else? CZ, did you fight somebody at the ESPN charity event? That would be pretty good. Jim Nance will do the fight. Hello, friends. Down goes DeChambeau. And then people would just be like it would be the most subdued cheers. I think there definitely needs to be. I mean, there's fighting in every other sport except golf. Is there fighting in tennis? I feel like bowlers would fight too, right? Who do you think you are? I am. And then they're, pow, fuck you, dude. I don't know about golfing. Fight to the Masters music. That would be pretty dope. They're barely fighting in baseball. Oh, yeah? Ask Robin Ventura and Nolan Ryan that. Ask Pedro Martinez and Don Zimmer. Is that who the old guy threw down? Hockey fights are the best, Tony. No doubt about it. What's up, Mark G? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, there's definitely more fighting in those other sports. Way better. Way more fun. Golf sucks for that reason. See, you guys always talk this shit about there's no real fights in the NBA or baseball well, at least they'll mix it up a little bit. Golf is just a bunch of bitches. All right, Paul, I need you to settle down. All right, so speaking of fights, check this out in the NBA. Trevor Ariza last night. By the way, what the fuck, man? Paul trying to get me to break news. Really? I ain't that stupid, Paul. This ain't my first week on YouTube's. This ain't my first week doing sports radio where people try to give you breaking news. I talked about yesterday how I was on the road. I couldn't watch any of the basketball. I'll watch it tonight. That was yesterday on the show. Guess how much basketball was? None. You know why? Because I don't fucking have TNT. What the fuck, Fubo? I told the wife, I was like, hey, it's 6:30. I'm cooking dinner like a good stay-at-home husband. Like I don't have a job. This is a goddamn job, people. But I still make dinner for the wife. So I'm cooking. She's on the couch drinking a beer. And I'm like, hey, babe, can you put it on TNT and just record the game for me? I'll watch it later so I can talk about it tomorrow on my famous YouTube show, Barry on Deck. Ding. I wish I had a ding. Oh, fuck. That's the wrong. God damn it. Oh, okay. You know what? Just forget it. Who the fuck is... God damn it. Do I not have a single fucking... Okay. Apparently... Fubo doesn't have TNT. So I couldn't watch any of the goddamn basketball last night. And I missed Trevor Ariza tackling Giannis. Check this shit out.
By Ariza.
That's okay. Now here's what I want to know. Do you guys think this is dirty?
By Ariza. Here comes Giannis. Hold on here. They're going to
hold on here.
Ariza.
Now that doesn't allow. See, you don't need to be getting all. He's looking for a fight as he gets up all aggressive and shit, right? So it looks like.
Be hoisted up.
Okay, so we're like Giannis is a little.
And you can see.
Okay.
Now, took a shot as he was going down.
So let's get to this again right here. Okay, it's definitely not a breakaway. He gets in front of him. Tries to, now I don't know why you got to put your hands around the wrist and pull him down. Like you basically, that was unnecessary. But, you know, he tried to hold up a little bit, I guess, although it really wasn't. And Josh is saying, nah, he let him down gently. He propped him up. Here's the problem. I think he tried to hold him up. Here's the problem. Not dirty, but the way he pushed up was. That's the problem. Watch when he gets up. All right, now I want you to. They have a better view of it here.
Look at this though.
I think they are.
So there's that was unnecessary. Now
watch when he gets up.
Yeah,
he kind of pushes off on the chest.
Okay, one ball. That was the balls. Why? That was unnecessary. That's when I felt like it got a little too dirty. Trevor Ariza is kind of aggressive anyways. And yes, that is a flagrant. That is 100% a flagrant foul. What's up, Mac? Jersey guy in the building. I think it should have been a flagrant. I don't know what it was ended up ruling, but it definitely was flagrant. He did get in front of him, so it wasn't a breakaway. But I don't think you can do that. And you pushed off on him. You pushed off on his balls. Why are we pushing off on his balls? That's not okay. So you watch the first part of it and you're like, it could have been worse. He could have tackled him harder. He could have, fouled him harder at the rack. But then when you see him getting up, he got up aggressively. Like he was looking for, you can see he got up and he pushed a teammate. It's Ariza. We watch Trevor Ariza down here. We know he's a little bit gangster. We know he likes to scrum and scruff a little bit. He was looking for something in that moment. Because I think he knew, my theory, I think he knew that it wasn't the cleanest play in the world, the foul or the get up. And so he jumped up thinking, oh, his teammates are definitely going to come shoving and pushing on me. So he kind of got up like, what's up? And then nobody put him, was like, and his teammates like, bro, why'd you push me? He's like, I had some aggression left. I just need to fucking push somebody. None of his team came up, so he was right here. Bitch, you want something? And like, chill out, bro. Look at this hoe ass shit. Now, Walt's over here. That's a good foul. No, it's not. Pat Riley teams always play aggressive. That is a fact. That's not a good foul. That's not a good foul. If you want to try to knock the ball out of his hands and, catch some forearm or whatever, but that's a tackle. That's a tackle. I know a fucking tackle when I see a tackle. This isn't football, it's basketball. That was a tackle. When you put two hands around the man's waist like you're slow dancing, and it's not like he laid him down gently like he was going to make sweet love to him. So, kind of mean. Last thing I wanted to cover before we get to a break, also a video for you. Aaron Rodgers, probably just as much as now we know Julio Jones is done with Atlanta, I think it's safe to say that Aaron Rodgers is done in Green Bay now. And here is why. He went on Kenny Mayne's last episode or last show on ESPN and had this to say about why he wants out and what the problem really is with Green Bay. Check this out.
With my situation, look, it's never been about, never been about the draft picking Jordan. I love Jordan. He's a great kid. He a lot of fun to work together. I love the coaching staff, love my teammates, love the fan base in Green Bay. It's incredible.
All right, let's pause it right there for a second. Let's just run through what he covered real quick. It's not about the draft pick. So it wasn't about the kid. It wasn't about Jordan Love as a person. He's not like Favre treated him like, I fucking hate this guy. I'm not training Aaron Rodgers. Fuck him. So he's saying it's not like that. He said it's not the coaching staff. He said it's not the players. Let's listen one more time.
A lot of fun to work together. I love the coaching staff, love my teammates, love the fan base in Green Bay. It's incredible 16 years.
So who's that leave?
It's just kind of about a philosophy, and maybe forgetting that it is about the people that make the thing go. It's about character. It's about culture. It's about doing things the right way. And a lot of this was put in motion last year, and the wrench was just kind of thrown into it when I won MVP and played the way I played last year. So
he knew.
This is just kind of, I think, the spill out of all that. But look, man, it is about the people, and that's the most important thing. Green Bay has always been about the people, from Curly Lambeau being owner and founder to the 60s with Lombardi and Bart Starr and all those incredible names, to the 90s teams with Coach Holmgren and Farvey and the Minister of Defense, to the run that we've been on. It's about the people.
I tell you what, that speaks volumes about what he thinks about Brian Gutekunst. The fact that he named everybody but the front office, the fact that he named the coaches, the players, the fans. It's not Jordan Love. And that's where he said it's about treating people like people. It's about people. He didn't feel like he was treated fairly. He didn't. If you read between the lines, what Aaron Rodgers just said was, look, I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm a perennial MVP every year. You can't treat me like I'm dog shit. And he kind of was. He kind of was in a sense that they went out and got his replacement when it really wasn't time yet. And so now Brian Gutekunst he made the bed, you got to lay in it. He wants out. Now, I don't know if that's true. Let me pull up Total Sports Now, is it called? Hold on. What is it? Yeah, no, that's Total Sports. What the fuck is it called? Total Sports Now, right? Whatever. So apparently somebody's reporting it. I don't know. Send me a link. I'm not going to believe that shit. If I go to ESPN's front page and it's not on there, then I ain't buying that shit. Nothing. So sorry. So I'm sorry you want to try to break that news, but that's not a thing if it's not being reported. Why is Rodgers a crybaby, though, Chuck? Because he wants to be treated with respect? Dude, here's the thing, Chuck. It's not like Aaron Rodgers is fucking Oliver Luck. It's not like Aaron Rodgers is a fucking... It's not like Aaron Rodgers is Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's Aaron fucking Rodgers. He'll go down as one of the better quarterbacks in the history of this league. One of the greatest, maybe. And when you have that, you have to take care of it. You have to respect that. And I think they thought that they could do to Rodgers what Rodgers did to Brett Favre and it'd be okay. And he ain't having it. Chuck said he doesn't win like Brady. Bye. Nobody wins like Brady. Thank you, Paul. I mean, legitimately, nobody wins like Tom Brady. Do you know that guy has won more playoffs or made more playoff appearances since the age of 35 than anybody in history, or has more wins than anybody's made appearances? Some crazy fucking stat like that. All since the age of 35. Like, legitimately trying to compare him to Tom Brady, that's just not even fair. But, you're going to disrespect the dude. Shit happens. So, they're having to deal with it now. All right, let me take a quick break. Not very long. I just need to go get a refill. I'm going to go get me another Diet Coke. Put this picture up. Go pee real fast. I don't have a video. I meant to fucking cut a video. I was too busy doing the royalty program, adding up the YouTube comments. But I wanted to show you guys a video of my buddy, my pal, Troy Baxley. I will do that tomorrow. But Troy Baxley is a hilarious comedian. I was showing him to some people this weekend. And we'll do that tomorrow. I'll have a video of Troy. Oh, no, tomorrow's Whisker Wednesday. I'll have Whisker Wednesday. Maybe we'll do it Thursday. No, it's a throwback Thursday. We'll do it Friday. Okay. You know what? Let's go to break, Barry. All right, so we're going to take a quick break. Literally 2 minutes at the most. You don't have to leave. You don't have to be an asshole and be like, fuck this guy. I'm literally going to go pee. I'm going to get a Diet Coke. I'm going to walk right back in here, and we're going to start talking again. Don't be like BZH. Don't be like, I got to run. No, fuck you, man. Just kidding. All right, I'll be back. 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. I'll see you on the other side. Hey, welcome back to hour number 2 of Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. I swear, you see that we were at 60? Now we're at 55. 5 of you can suck a giraffe's left testicle. Why would you leave? All right, now we got 4. We got 1 back. Why would you leave? I needed to get a Diet Coke and take a piss. Oliver's out there trying to get hugs. It's so gloomy out, by the way. It is super dark. Usually this side of the room is very bright because I have glass doors right there and then a glass front door. So all the sunlight comes in. It is super dark outside. By the way, let that sign remind you the Devil's Threesome rides again tonight. If you haven't already checked it out, make sure you go to twitch.tv/Sports Riot Live. Give us a follow. We are now officially an affiliate, so you can subscribe to the channel. You can leave us bitty bits and all that fun stuff. And we'll have, as we move forward, we'll have some fun things for you guys to do during Sports Riot Live broadcast or doing Sports Riot broadcast. Tonight, we will be sidecasting the Astros versus Dodgers game. Yeah, can we get 50 likes? I like that idea. Katie. Can we get 50 goddamn likes? That's 1 like. One of you plump sons of bitches hadn't hit that thumbs up yet, and who is it? I'll find out, goddammit. And when I do, I'm going to come and let just a small amount of air out of your tire. Not the whole thing. I don't want you to not be able to get to work, but just enough where your fucking light goes off. And then you got to stop at the guy. There we go. We're at 50. Go check us out, twitch.tv/Sports Riot Live. We're getting it rocking and rolling. Yes, sir, 6:30 tonight, Sports Riot, bitches. I'm exhausted. It's gonna be. I have a feeling I'm gonna not be participating. I'm gonna let John and Shock carry the show. I'll just be working in the back like a producer, just sniping little snarky comments about the Dodgers. Fuck them hoes. One more thing I wanted to talk about. I found this, which we can discuss. Well, a couple more things sports related that I want to talk about. First and foremost, I know, Donna, I'm so ready for this series. It's going to be badass. I just got here, but I got you. Thank you, DJ. Much appreciated. Good to see you again. Thanks for showing back up. So last week, was it? Or maybe on Monday, we talked a little bit yesterday. We talked a little bit about LeBron James and the NBA, and LeBron he had an exposure, they think, or he didn't follow NBA protocol, exposure protocol. And of course, the NBA wasn't going to discipline him because he's in the playoffs. And they were like, and then they caught a ton of shit for that, rightfully so, because fuck them and fuck him too for them protecting him. Well, the NBA released a statement on this. They released it yesterday. This is from the NBA Chief Communications Officer, Mike Bass. Quote, to clarify any remaining misconception, LeBron James briefly attended an outdoor event last week where participants were required to be vaccinated or return a negative test result. Under these circumstances and in consultation with medical experts, it was determined that his attendance did not create risks related to the spread of COVID-19 and therefore no quarantine was necessary. Over the course of this season, there have been numerous similar violations of the league's health and safety protocols, which were addressed with the players' team in a similar fashion. Under current NBA rules, vaccinated players are permitted to engage in outside activities, including their individual commercial arrangements such as sponsor appearances or ad shoots. Now, the crazy thing about this is that LeBron has never came out and said he was vaccinated. In fact, when he was asked about it, he said, I'm just going to leave that between me and my family. That's none of y'all's business. So they're kind of putting his medical business out there by saying, he's vaccinated. He's fine. I don't know that he wanted people to know that necessarily. Either way, I'm still a little suspicious if this would have been true had it not been LeBron James. I find it hard to believe. Now, again, what's up, Brandon Hannon? Good to see you, buddy. Now, again, it could have been where, if it was, Steph Curry, who's out of the playoffs now, but maybe James Harden or KD or Giannis or guys like that, they're all going to get a pass. But if that would have been fucking, Three Fingers McClain riding the bench, Joe, what is it? Joe Ingles? I don't want to say Ingval. That's a Joe Ingles. He's not getting a pass. I'm like, sorry. So I don't think. Amos said there's a lot of money in that room. I believe they made it safe as possible. Probably. But still, Amos, from a technical perspective, he violated protocol. But he didn't have to miss any time. So was it a violation? Yes. Was it a risk? No. So he wasn't punished for violating protocol. Because he's LeBron. So, anyways. One more thing that I wanted to discuss. Well, actually, two more things. And then Kristopher Hart's going to join me here in a little bit. But, hey, looky here. Erik Kratz has some news about a team that's regularly made the World Series as of late. And I'm not talking about the Houston Astros, but it's possible that they could be cheaters. So let me pull up the full article because I want to give you the backstory on this as well. But basically, Erik Kratz is out here now just spraying He's just out here. He's the new Mike Fiers. He's out here snitching like a motherfucker, and he don't care. He was asked earlier in the week, or maybe last week, about the Rockies, and he mentioned the fact that they were using vibrators and metal benches, and well, it was a Theragun, but I call it a vibrator. And that's how they were relaying signals, and John Boy didn't keep that same Astros energy for some reason. Imagine that. John Boy's a bitch. That's why. Nobody kept that same Astros energy. In fact, you just don't see it being a big deal. You got a major leaguer telling you the Colorado Rockies fucking cheated, but the difference is the Colorado Rockies didn't win a goddamn World Series. Well, guess what? The Los Angeles Dodgers were in a World Series and have been in several World Series. And you have a fucking baseball player telling you that they're fucking cheaters. I can tell you that a team that has been to the World Series often, recently, we caught them doing something almost similar. He ain't talking about the Astros. And it's fucking infuriating, not even as a Houston fan. It's infuriating just to watch the hypocrisy of baseball. Show us the goddamn Yankees letter, you pussies. Keep this same Astros energy for the Rockies so they didn't win a World Series. Who gives a fuck? How shitty of a team are you that you can't even win when you cheat, you dumb bitches? They should be punished more. You cheated and you still suck, you fucking a-holes. And then you got these Dodgers that just seem to be getting away with everything. Man, fuck the Dodgers. As a staff, record label, and as a crew. And I swear to God, if baseball doesn't do something, fuck baseball too. I'm just tired of this shit. There's so much evidence and people just coming out and blatantly saying, bro, I have fucking receipts. This team cheated and this team cheated. We all fucking knew it. And we all cheated. But the Astros were made the scapegoat. And Erik Kratz even at one point even said, look, maybe everybody cheated. We were all doing it, or all these teams were doing it. They just did it a little too long. And that's the difference. Just fucking makes me mad, man. Just get bunch of hoes. Last thing, there's a dude that Incarnate said, you mean the same Dodgers who let the COVID player on the field without a mask? Them? Of course they don't break the rules. Yeah, that just drives me nuts. Rockies didn't beat the Red Sox, Yankees, and Dodgers. Baseball will never forgive the Astros for that. That's true. That's a good point, Joe Pro. Good to see you, buddy, by the way. Thanks for being here. MLB not getting those two cash cows in trouble. Pretty much the same reason why LeBron isn't in trouble for violating protocol. Yeah, he makes the money. Last thing, speaking of making money. So, this fella right here has been on ESPN. You may recognize him. This is Dan Dockich. Dan here lost a shit ton of money betting on the NCAA tournament. To make up for that, he's been delivering food. So, by the way, Dockich, not with ESPN anymore. He says, I don't think they're going to call me back. He got in trouble for some sexist things that he said. Apparently, he says Dockich was accused of misogyny or misogynistic actions after getting into a Twitter dispute over compensation for college athletes. So, he's not currently at ESPN. But he decided to gamble big time on the NCAA tournament and lost. So he says, I quote, I come from iron and steel workers, teachers. I lost sight of the value of $1. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning. I told my wife I was going to make it up. Seriously, I went to the hardware store about a mile from my house and applied for a job because I wanted to make the money back. I owe my family and I lost the value of $1. Well, then he found out that his stepson, was making $25 an hour delivering for Grubhub. So he took a similar job to, quote, punish himself. A couple things to unpack here. First of all, I admire him owning the value of $1. He's like, nope, I got to make this money back. I got to do this right. I got to show my kids value of $1. Nobody's above the value of $1. I got to go get a job, a regular job. So here's the part that I have a problem with. He said he took a job delivering food making $25 an hour, which a lot of people do that job. I myself have considered doing that job because until Barry on Deck can pay rent and lights and become a full-time income, it's not yet, but we're working on it. Shout out to new sponsors coming in June and old sponsors renewing through the end of the year. We're not there yet. And I've told my wife, hey, if I got to deliver food, I believe in this. And radio's not beating down my door. I'll do it. I don't want to go back to IT, but if I can, deliver food or drive for Uber or whatever, I'll do it because I'm going to keep doing this. I'll get a job doing clerical work from the house, working from home, like doing data entry, whatever it takes. But what I didn't say was I was going to take a job delivering food to punish myself. See, old Dan has a problem with putting his foot in his mouth. The problem is you can't disrespect people that deliver food for a living and make $25 an hour by saying you're, quote, punishing yourself by doing their job. That's a fucking asshole thing to say, Dan. Mr. Dockich. Maybe, Dan, you should just go deliver food full-time and never talk into a microphone because you're too fucking stupid to use proper words. You've been misogynistic. Now you've offended people that deliver food by saying you're punishing yourself by doing their job, the job that they do every day to pay bills. Dan, you're an asshole. Why? I mean, why would you be like, oh, man, I'm punishing myself by being an accountant? Like, what the fuck you? Accountants are like, bro, I love my job. People love doing that job. Fuck you, Dan. I'm sorry you feel like it was beneath you to make $25 an hour, asshole. I'm thinking about being a whore, honestly. After Wichita, I'm like, I could probably be a whore. Do a little DFK. Definitely no BBBJs. If I'm doing them, we're going CBJs. He said, my wife called me an idiot and said I didn't have to do it. But I wanted to because I've preached the value of $1 to so many people. You ain't a fucking hero, Dan. You're a misogynistic piece of shit with a gambling problem that thinks you're above delivering food for a living because it's a punishment job. That's what you are, Dan. You're not a fucking hero. Nowhere in here do you look like a good person. You look like a dick in every turn in this story, Dan. So fuck Dan. I hope he never does him back on ESPN. He's a misogynist. He's above delivering food because it's a punishment job. He's got a gambling problem. Dan's an asshole. Well, I said I'm about to start reffing basketball this fall. I take the class in August. I got a friend who makes $300 a weekend doing AAU stuff. I got a friend that makes $300 an hour doing butt stuff. Okay. Yeah, I got a buddy of mine, Ted Vincent, who's a referee. And y'all know Kevin Joseph. Some of y'all may know him. He's also a referee. Pretty good money in that. Yeah, Paul said, why is he even putting this shit out in the public? Because he thinks people are going to be like, oh, what an upstanding guy. I look at it and go, what an asshole. At every turn of this story, what an asshole. I mean, that's just how, Donald said work at Buc-ee's. There's great benefits and $16 an hour. I don't know. I think if I had to do anything, first play is try to find a job working from home. And then I'll look at maybe getting out and about. But right now, I just, if this isn't going to pay the bills, I don't want to go back to the corporate world. And radio's not beating down the door. Do a little typing. I'm pretty good. You guys saw I'm a good typer. I'll punish myself by doing that. Okay, fuck that. So that's Dan Dockich, the gambling, misogynistic, above delivering food asshole, longer works for ESPN. And by the way, White Magic offered me a job in IT working for him. I literally would rather become a whore. I would rather do butt stuff for $250 an hour than to have White Magic boss me around 5 days a week. There's no way. And truck driver Pooka said, 25 hours? Shit, I'm going to apply. Yeah, that's the thing. When he says, I'm punishing myself by taking the job, that's what makes him look like an asshole. There's a lot of us that look at $25 an hour working for Grubhub and like, it's good money if you can get it. So yeah, fuck Dan. Sorry. And you know I love you, White Magic. There's no goddamn way I would ever work for you. No. All right, look. Kristopher Hart said, pretty sure his name is White Mike. Well, you know what? Since he's here, and I just unplugged my goddamn headphones. I need those to talk to Kristopher Hart. He's here. Let's talk to him. I had other stories, and I could bring those up, and I suppose we could discuss it. But joining me now on the show, a man who needs no introduction, but his writer says I have to give him one, or else he quits. So I shall. Kristopher Hart from the Whiskey Neat Show joining me. What's up, buddy?
Dude, what's up, man? Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can. Yeah. I can hear you great.
So, my entire life,
it's in shambles. Oh, okay.
No. My entire life, I've always been like, therapy is a bit overrated. Just toughen up. Talk to your friends. Talk to a loved one. Never have I actually considered therapy until you made me watch that awful, awful film, Skins.
I told you, goddammit, Kristopher Hart, when you sat on this show 2 weeks ago on this day, a fortnight ago, fourscore. I don't know, how much is a score, by the way?
It's 2 weeks. No,
that's a fortnight.
20 years is a score, I think.
Is that right?
Fourscore
is 7 years.
Listen, I'm a fancy guy.
I'm sorry.
Even if I'm wrong, I'm going to say it like it's true.
I've always tried to tell Nora that. I'm trying to sneak in somewhere. She's like, what if they catch us? I'm like, if you just act like you know what the fuck you're doing, people don't mess with you.
20 years.
Who said that in the chat? Oh, don't trust Wallace Wilts. Wallace eats his boogers. Don't trust him. How long is a score? You Googled it?
Yep.
One score. Do you know how much a stone is?
Yeah.
Didn't we do that last time?
No, we didn't. That was someone else.
Oh, okay.
It's 14 pounds.
Look at you. You classy son of a bitch. Yes.
Oh,
you're
buddy,
so
man.
cultured.
Hit me with another one.
How tall is a gram, a pound of Coke? No, I'm just kidding. All right, I got nothing.
Speaking of a pound of Coke, there is an old, that old saying, what weighs more, a pound of gold or a pound of feathers? Yeah, yes. Yeah. You know the answer to that?
They weigh the same.
No, they don't.
A pound.
Incorrect. I believe, if I recall correctly, that the feathers weigh more.
It's not possible.
Because
they both weigh a pound.
No.
I will fight you right now, Kristopher.
So a pound can refer to several different things. If I'm referring to currency, it's a specific thing, right? If I'm referring to weight that's non-precious metals, it's an avoirdupois pound. But we don't say avoirdupois, we say pound. But if you're referring to special metals, it's a different type of pound. And it skips me at the moment. But an actual ounce of gold weighs more. Actually, let me take that back. Okay, I could be mixing this up, but you're going to learn something today, I promise. I believe an ounce of gold weighs less than an ounce of feathers, but I believe there are more ounces in a gold pound than, so long story short, the feathers do weigh more. If you can look it up. How many likes do we have? So back to therapy. A troy ounce, that's correct.
Hold on a goddamn minute. Okay, let's go back to therapy, because I will argue with. We will spend the next hour arguing over something so trivial, but I don't understand how that's possible if they both weigh a pound. But your explanation, look, right. And people are agreeing.
A troy pound versus an avoirdupois pound. Right? Chris brought it up. Was it Chris? No, it was Incarnate. Who brought it up? Yeah. So long story short, there's different types of pounds.
Okay.
Correct. Incarnate is correct. Yes.
Okay, I hate you for being so goddamn smart. So let's talk about the movie Skins. I watched
talk about the movie Predestination.
Well, let's start with Skins, because that one I get kinda. Your thoughts on it. And by the way, if you're watching this and you don't know what we're talking about, you had homework. We all were supposed to watch Skins on Netflix and Predestination, even though I had to rent it and I goddamn don't have the money to be spending $3. Spoiler alert, I rented the SD version. It's so cheap. Anyways, Skins, what did you think of Butthole Girl?
All right, so one of my all-time favorite films. Let me say this. The movie itself was beautiful. And I mean that aesthetically. It was very Wes Anderson-y.
Very, the color coordinate, like everything, the pink and the purples and all that, right? Yeah.
The colors,
I didn't need to see Grandma's pink pubes, but okay.
I did.
You like that? Did you get a chub with Grandma?
Short, I don't want to talk. That's not what I'm here for. So several of your audience reached out to me and said that they watched Predestination.
Okay.
I don't know if the audience saw Skins, but we definitely need to talk about both films. Yes. I will say this. I think that Skins is a better film, fundamentally, the way it was executed. In every possible way, Skins is better than Predestination. However, it is very bizarre. It's very dystopian, odd, out of different universe. Very Edward Scissorhandsy, kind of dark and ominous a little bit. And I loved certain storylines in the film. Did I need to see a woman with an asshole for a face? No, I didn't need to. Did I need to see two guys? And by the way, spoiler alert, y'all were all supposed to watch these films before we talked about it. So we're going to ruin both films.
Yeah, we're going to ruin them. We're definitely ruining them. This is what this is for. Our review of Skins.
I did not need to see her get raped in an alley and you see her butthole is a mouth.
Yeah.
It was very... There were things I could have done without in that film. For sure.
That's what got you? That's what got you?
No. What got me was the very hefty woman pooping out diamonds in a bathroom after she shoved her shower head up her butthole. It was the most bizarre film, but it was like that old.
I told you. Didn't I tell you at the end you're gonna be like, oh, like it's so fucking weird. It's creepy. It's. I don't know how to describe it if you haven't watched it, but if you watch it, you're just like, what the fuck am I watching? The entire time you're watching it, you're like, what am I watching? And then at the end, you're like, oh.
It's the whole film, the premise of the film is about finding someone who accepts you for who you are, being comfortable in your own skin. There's a great lesson there. Yeah. The film overall, the dialogue was great. That old Castilian type Spanish reminds me of one of my all-time favorite films, Pan's Labyrinth. Oh my God. Pan's Labyrinth is the best film in the last 30 years. I mean, it is just a gorgeous film.
Great. Now I got another goddamn one I got to watch.
This one I'm sure is available for free. Now, Predestination, however, is a fucking stupid film. Yes. And for those who don't know,
real quick, what was your favorite scene of Skins before we get off of this? Because mine was when she farted her candles out. Mine was she's got a birthday cake. She's got the butthole for the mouth. And then she he's like, blow out your candles. And she's like,
Yeah, it's not
The best. I lost my shit. No pun intended. I lost my shit laughing at that.
It's hilarious, and I loved it. I would say my favorite film was the dialogue between the lady with the saggy face and her creeper boyfriend that she was about to break up with. They were having dinner.
Yes.
And he basically outed himself as being more fetishizing her versus actually loving her. And that dialogue was just great to watch. I tried to watch the film with my wife. She couldn't get through it. She was immediately out with the soup in the asshole thing, and we had to move on to something else.
The soup in the asshole was a bit of a shock because, first things first, I get it, but, because that's where her mouth is, and that's when we kind of got the first glance of, oh, this bitch just reversed. Like, she's reversed on the inside. But then I'm thinking, you're just pouring hot soup in your butthole, but she's not. She's putting it in her mouth. I'm so confused. Just so confused. Then I'm thinking, how does the esophagus work? I don't know.
The most upsetting aspect of the film was that her asshole was here and there was hair around it.
Yes.
Right? Like if
she wouldn't shave it.
If a real woman can finagle shaving her bottom from up here, this should be super easy. I mean,
I feel like an underarm has a lot more wrinkles and curves in it than
you're gonna lose all your viewers right now. They're just like, I can't do this. We're talking about asshole. My whole point was I had never considered therapy until I watched this movie. And I'm not gonna lie, there were moments that I was like, that's kind of hot. Like I was trying to figure out what's wrong with me.
Listen,
like,
the chick with no eyes could get it. Like the chick with no eyes, she could get it.
You know what I was talking about. It's not just me. We both saw it. There was a moment there, So there were moments where I was like, is there something wrong with me? Like what?
Do I have a semi right now? It's just not okay.
It's the oddest.
Huh? What, honey? Nothing.
Movie.
No, I can't get up and get you a drink right now. Give me 3 minutes. Let the fat chick poop the diamond out. Let this boner go away. Jesus.
The amount of full frontal male erections could probably be cut in half. I don't need to see as many as I did in that film.
Yeah, I'm not a big dong in the film guy. I mean, unless it has a purpose, but that's just me.
Erect dong. And then his mom walks in on him. The whole thing was just too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
All right. So did you understand Predestination? Did you watch it? Get it?
So I watched it. I thought I had it until the end. And then I was like, oh, and then I was like, wait a minute. So.
Hold on. Okay. No, hold on. Wait.
Yeah.
Before you do this.
Okay.
So the gist of the film is a time cop who's about to retire.
Yes.
Goes on one last mission to find the bad guy that got away through time. Like he never closed that case.
Yes.
And so in that journey of finding the bad guy, he goes back in time. You find out that he goes back in time. He makes love to a woman, impregnates her. So and then runs away to finish his mission. And then that woman gives birth to his time baby, who eventually gets stolen. And it turns out that everyone in the film, every character, is him. The bad guy that got away, the woman that he went and made love to, the child is him.
Yeah.
Right. So
I didn't think that though. I'll be honest. At one point I was like, okay,
fucking plot of all time.
Yeah, it's like it is so complicated and stupid and intelligent. No. Yeah, no, it's super smart and dumb.
Who thought they were being smart? Yes, correct. Both smart and dumb. They think they're being intelligent. They try to tie all the connections together, and when the full picture is there, you realize, why did I waste $3 on this recommendation for Chris Hart?
Yeah, I can't believe he made me watch this goddamn movie and pay $3.
Ethan Hawke.
It wasn't like the acting wasn't bad. Like I thought it was going to be bad, like Skins, like acting wise or whatever. Because that was kind of a film noir, right?
No, Skins the plot is awful, right? The plot is awful.
Actually, I disagree. I think it was kind of interesting. I think it was kind of Okay, because I believe in time travel. I don't believe in time travel like, hey, I'm from the future, right? But I know that we've had Neil deGrasse Tyson and others talk about if you circle black hole, the way gravity works, there's time. It's possible, right? So not in this sense where it's in a violin case, but oh shit, I'm in 1945. So I thought, okay, knowing that science says it could be possible, this could be interesting. And then you start to kind of uncover some of the plot. And at one point, what I thought, I kind of figured out that the baby was her own baby. So I knew Jane Doe changed to John Doe. And I was like, John Doe fucked Jane and had herself. How interesting. What I didn't expect is, yes, right. That idea, you're like, oh, snap. That's pretty cool. What I didn't expect is that the time traveler cop guy stands up with all the surgery marks. And I was like, I'm so confused. Is this the same? Is he going through the same thing? Or is he her? Like, how could he be her? Because then it didn't dawn. I had to go and read. Full disclosure, I had to go read a fucking article on Barry's time travel. I swear to God, there's a dude named Barry that breaks down time travel movies on the internet, and it ain't me. I'm too fucking stupid.
Maybe it's you in the future when you stop doing this stuff.
It's future me breaking shit. That's what that's my job. Like when this all craters and Barry on Deck folds and ESPN won't have me back, I go and write in the future about the future. This all makes sense now. I'm probably going to have sex with me later.
For those who aren't putting it together, a woman is born, a child is born, who has both male and female parts, but doesn't know it, and she spends her life as a woman.
Yes, so she's not like she's not trans, she's not a hermaphrodite. She's got both parts.
Both parts, yeah. So essentially, she gets impregnated by her future self as a man. Yes. And when she gives birth, I think it's and it's been a while since I've seen this stupid damn movie. But I believe the process of giving birth wrecked her, and so they
wrecked
went
her
ahead
vagina.
and changed her into a man.
So they're like, they gave her a hysterectomy because they're like, it's a mess down there. We can't save it. It looks like looks like an Arby's sandwich. It's just done.
Now I'm hungry. Yep.
And absolutely. Then they give her a hysterectomy, and they're like, and you're a dude now. We attached a dong. Congratulations. And they actually show her stand up again with the dong. At least it wasn't erect, though. Yeah. You don't remember the dong? They showed the dong.
Yeah, it's been a while. There's a lot about this film that made me so mad that it stuck with me, but I don't remember the penis.
You don't remember the dong? The dong was in they showed her dong. She had a dong. And so then she meets a time traveler who takes her back in time to have sex with herself to start this weird fucking loop. It is the most confusing thing.
Both of them.
Yes.
She's her own mother and
that's
her
why
own father.
She has a peen and a vagine. Because she's both.
Yeah. And then you find out that through that whole process, the time agency and a fire and blah, 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 mommy damage.
Yeah, yesterday I had a very long discussion about Wichita whores.
Did you have fun in Wichita?
No, I don't do the whole whores thing. But some lady felt it necessary to tell me about a website where I could find whores while I was in Wichita. I was like, do I look like I need a whore? Am I like, just for fun, me and the feature that I was working with, we logged onto the website just to take a gander at it. And they had a whole Yelp review system for hoes. I mean, they literally, and one of the things that they would tell you is like, oh, nice tits, firm ass, had a little mommy damage. I was like, you guys are assholes.
Mommy damage.
They called it mommy damage. I'm like, she brought a life into this world, and you are so obviously ugly and fat that you have to go to hoes to have sex, but you're going to judge her for some mommy damage? You're a dick. But they do.
I love how you went perusing on Yelp for prostitutes.
No, they had Yelp. No, it's like a Yelp for hoes. It's not on Yelp.
I know. It's
I'll
not
text
on
you
Yelp.
the website. Go look. I wouldn't give it out on public, by the way. I wouldn't.
I was like,
Because, I worry about trafficking. It's a real thing. So I was like, I'm not going to give you guys the actual website. We just called it blah, blah, blah.net. But no, they'll do they had acronyms. It was a wild thing. No pun intended. But they literally, they called them providers and rated every prostitute. Oh, she was very nice. The conversation was great, but she wasn't punctual. I'm like, what the fuck? Who's holding hoes to time?
I feel like it would be because Wichita it feels like the middle of nowhere. It feels like a small town. I feel like it would be on a sub page on the local Cracker Barrel website. It's not you could Cracker
I just
Barrel
ordered me that tea game and a hoe. No. It's this is a legit website that they have this in every city, so it's not just Wichita. They literally have dudes in every city in America, and they rate the hoe population. And the hoe population's on the website too. They're like, hey fellas, I'm free from 8 to noon if anybody wants to get it, but I need 3 references. They got hoes out here asking for reference. I swear to God, it was the most. If you guys are watching this and you didn't watch yesterday's show, I'm not going to redo the whole show. You have got to go back and watch me break down the Wichita hoes. It's insane.
How would you? I feel like the red flag for sex trafficking for a prostitute version of Yelp would just be called help. But I'm a stand-up comic. I'll be in Wichita next weekend, guys. Come get my tickets at chrisisfunny.com.
Oh, you use Chris is funny.
Somebody about chrisisfunny.com right now. I saw Virginia Buttonweed's comment about Whelp, and I was like, what would be a herpes fetish version of
that would be it would be Whelp.
It'd be Whelp.
I'm super into VD. I'm on whelp.com looking for a hoe. Look at you just over here riffing, Mr. Hart.
Listen, I'm a funny guy.
Help and Whelp. I love it.
A few more drinks in me, and I'm gonna be real funny.
Yeah, what are you partaking in today? What are you sipping on?
Yeah, so there's this great company out of Austin. Pretty obvious, called Still Austin. They just came out with a cast strength version of their Texas whiskey. This is one company that is doing it right in Texas. Texas historically has been kind of hit or miss with a lot of their whiskeys.
Yeah.
They sent out a media kit for their last release. Ooh. And it included a vinyl album of some great classic hits. My parents were latchkey kids from the 80s, so of course.
Same.
Oh, dude, Hall & Oates, yeah. I've got a piece of me that really speaks.
I feel so
to
goddamn old right now, though. Just so we're clear, you're
Yeah.
my parents were latchkey kids from the 80s. So was I.
I think
asshole.
Are you old enough to be my dad? I'm 33. What are you?
46.
Almost old enough to be my dad.
My balls dropped by then.
Yeah. And I've never met my dad, so who knows?
If Kelly Brooks wouldn't have been so stingy with the poo nanny at 13, you might have been. I she let me DFK her. That stands for, that's on the whore Yelp thing. It's deep French kiss. They have acronyms for everything. But she let me feel her up. She let me feel on them 13-year-old titties when we were 13. But yeah, no sex. Actually, no, we were way past 13. No, it wasn't Kelly Brooks then. Anyways, I digress. So that's good stuff, huh?
Yeah, well, they just released it, but it's their cast strength version of Still Austin. It's been on Rogan a few times.
Okay.
Yeah, not as a sponsor. It just happened to be a really good company that's doing really good stuff. So they sent me a bottle yesterday, and if you remember last week, we had originally intended to talk about that Texas whiskey book, but got onto the butthole face thing, and it kind of threw me for a loop.
And we are going to talk about that right now.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yes. So tell me about it.
So there's this fantastic guy. He's a great dude. His name is Nico Martini. That is his real name.
Wait, pause.
Nico Martini.
Look at Joe Pro. In the future, Barry grows a beard, dyes it red, goes back in time,
loses most of his hair, and then starts to show
himself who's known as Kelly Brooks, because Kelly could be a man or a woman. I know both female and male Kellys. So, all right, that was funny. Go ahead. Tell me about this book.
Right. So essentially, he wrote a book on, I believe, craft cocktails, some of the best craft cocktails in Texas. And then which did great, did an awesome job. And then on June 6th, I believe it's June 6th of this year. So within about a month from now, a couple of weeks from now, he'll be releasing a Texas whiskey book. Now, this book is available to pre-order on Amazon now. It's called Texas Whiskey, World-Class Bourbons, Premier Ryes, and New Single Malts from the Lone Star State by Nico Martini.
That's ironic that his name is Martini.
Yeah. It's his real name, too. It's not fake.
It's not a writer's name?
No, it's not. What do you call it? A pseudonym? No.
Yeah.
He does a full write-up. Now, a lot of you don't know this, but Houston is, home to a massive whiskey scene. We've talked about Houston Bourbon Society before, but it's the largest in North America, right? 11,000 people. But there's really great large groups based out of. There's one homed out of Dallas called Someone Say Whiskey. That's 10,000 people. There's several thousand people groups. I mean, it's all over Texas. So he does this book where he covers all of the great whiskey being produced in the state of Texas. And yours truly gets quite a few mentions in the book.
That is dope.
Yeah. It talks about the show Whiskey Neat on ESPN. I think it was Virginia who pointed out the shirt. Thanks. And then, the group, the Houston Bourbon Society, and everything else we're doing. So, there's a lot of great whiskey coming here, and it's funny. We live in an era where Kentucky whiskey, because it's so popular, is getting shittier.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's getting more and more mass produced, not as quite good as it used to be. Where Texas whiskey is the opposite. We were so small 10 years ago, and we weren't very good at it. I mean, that's how old our scene is here. Texas whiskey's only been around for about 12 years.
Really?
And then now the Texas whiskey scene is exploding. We've got our own whiskey trail. We've got, there's probably 40 plus distilleries in the state. And a lot of them are doing awesome things like this right here. This nice cast strength offering from Still Austin.
And now they're not all doing good, right? I mean, some of them are cutting corners and being cheap and taste like diesel. No.
But let's be clear. None of them are attempting to be cheap. But when you do anything and you're just a mom and pop operation, you obviously don't have the luxury to order 10 acres of corn at once. So
fair enough.
No one's trying to be cheap, but there are a lot of people operating and just literally a brother operation. Tawacaro's a whole family operation. Iron Root is literally the mom, the dad, the two sons. Their entire operation is a direct blood related single house family. I mean, the what's happening here is truly grassroots. It's pretty interesting. I mean, I know I don't think we've talked too much about whiskey on the show, but
we did. Not in this incarnation of it. I mean, when I had you as a guest just for an hour, that one or two times we talked about it, but it was more about how to be a whiskey drinker and not really Texas whiskey. I'm curious when it comes to Texas whiskey. Is it one of those things, especially if it's a newer scene? Is this one of those things where you don't need a lot of money, you just need a lot of time and patience to make a good whiskey? Or does it require, because some things you just need investors and you need money to do it right. Is this one of those things, or can there be distilleries, or I don't know what the technical term would be called, that can make a really good tasting whiskey on a budget? Is that possible?
Yeah, so I'll give you an example. So typically when Texas whiskey first started, we saw things that were like, it was pretty normal to find a double-digit age-stated Kentucky bourbon for under $30, right? You can have a 12-year-old, 10-year-old Kentucky bourbon for $27. Texas whiskey, you'd be lucky if it was 6 months old, and it was going to be $50, $60, $70.
What?
And you knew that you had to know, you had to go into it knowing that you were going to be paying more for a Texas product, but you'd be supporting literally a mom and pop operation. Now, a couple of years ago, Balcones they got an investor and doubled their distillation capacity twice in a single year. So they doubled it and then doubled it again.
Wow.
And they ended up, and now those prices reflect that. So if you go and you buy a Balcones Texas bourbon, you can find it on the shelf for under $30, and that wasn't possible 6 years ago.
Wow.
So you've got a situation now that's opposite in Kentucky. If you want a 12-year-old Kentucky whiskey, Kentucky bourbon, it's going to be over $100. It's going to get crazy, except for Knob Creek. Someone else mentioned Knob Creek in the chat.
Yeah, Virginia Buttonweed actually had a question for you about it, but
yeah, is it wrong that Knob Creek has started to taste watered down for the past couple of years? Yeah, so it's not wrong because they literally have. So they used to do these really great 14, 15-year-old Kentucky bourbons for $45. There were barrel selections. They were awesome. And they did away with their age statement and started watering things down from 120 proof to 100 proof. So there has been some tweaking, but if you were to broad stroke it, I mean, there's some nuance for sure, but if you were to broad stroke it, Kentucky bourbons have gone up in price, down in age, whereas Texas whiskeys have gone up in age and down in price.
Now, when you say age, that's not the same as quality? Or is that a one-to-one correlation?
Ooh, what a great question. No, it's not always better to assume older is better.
Just reveling in my good question.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not always good to assume that older is better. Because
right,
you didn't mention quality, right?
costly.
You said it's going up in price, down in age, down in price, up in age, but there was no mention of quality of the whiskey in either one of those scenarios. So that's why I asked, where does that come into play in all this?
So that's a separate discussion altogether, which I'll get to in just a second. But
Okay.
the thing to remember is that up in age means a higher cost factor because there's something called the angel share in which bourbon just literally evaporates into nothing. And so whatever's left, if it's older, it's going to cost more expensive because a good chunk of it had just evaporated. So older is not always better. There is a sweet spot for Kentucky bourbons between 8 and 12 years old. That's generally regarded as the best. If you're going to buy the Pappy Van Winkle bottles, the 15 year is the most loved, but it's like anything older than 15 is too over oaked. But yeah, so Texas is there's a company here in Houston called Gulf Coast that I started working with on a few projects, and their Texas bourbon used to be, I want to say 14 months old, 8 months old, somewhere in there, really young, not even 2 years old. Now they are relaunching it as an older product at a higher proof that's over 2 years old. So now it's a straight bourbon. And so there's just things that you have to be aware of that go into the actual cost of the liquid. And Texas is getting cheaper and cheaper and older. So we're getting to a point where they're able to buy more corn in one go. Iron Root, as someone mentioned in your chat here, I forget who it was, but Iron Root, Justin Swinford. Yeah, so Iron Root has been winning award after award after award, time and time again. They're an awesome distillery out of Denison, Texas, right on the border of Oklahoma. And that area, and this is a little fun fact, so in the 1860s, there was this massive phylloxera epidemic that happened in Cognac. So this beautiful phylloxera. I'll
Do you get that
simplify
from
it in
Wichita Hose?
saying diseased.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like the clap for cognac grapes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. It's whelp.com. Yep. So the cognac region saw such a decline in the actual grapes being grown there. But here's the funny thing. It started in Denison. Texas started that phylloxera epidemic. And we're also the ones who solved it. So kind of like COVID. No, I'm just kidding. I was about to take a funny turn, but I'm just going to avoid it altogether.
Like Wuhan. Denison's like the Wuhan of what'd you call it? Phylloxera?
Phylloxera.
Phylloxera? I don't even know. Is that a PH or an F?
It's a PH. It's a PH. Phylloxera. Yeah, so there's a phylloxera epidemic in Cognac. So long story short, Denison, Iron Root, they're making some of the best, very best Texas whiskeys that are in the same style as Cognac. They're a lot of fun. Justin's right. They're winning award after award. You can't go wrong. But there's a lot of Texas distillers just doing great right now.
Okay.
Chance for everyone to really try it.
So there was another question from Donna in the chat. She said, Kristopher, which bourbon whiskey did you highlight on last Saturday's show?
So I'm assuming Donna listened on the actual physical radio, which I think airs on Saturday or Sunday because the episode drops on Friday on YouTube. And I'll tell you as soon as I look it up right now.
Oh, Jesus. What kind of, by the way, phylloxera is a bug.
Yeah. I was trying to dumb it down to, it's called a callback, Barry. It's a joke reference to a previous.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. What's a joke? What's a joke? What's a callback? I don't know.
Oh, the DB Woodside episode. So I interviewed DB Woodside from Lucifer, and we highlighted a few. We talked about Whistle Pig, which is a rye whiskey out of Vermont.
Which is a great name. Do we know how that came about, by the way? How the names Whistle Pig got combined? Because it sounds like how I picked up my ex-wife. I want to know. I want to know the origin story of Whistle Pig. Can you bring that to me next Tuesday? Can we teach the masses next Tuesday about Whistle Pig and why it's called that? Yeah. Is that a thing? Can we do that?
I'll do some homework. And figure it out.
I mean, by the way, tell them to send us some Whistle Pig for the free pub.
Yeah. Oh, I can do that. I can get you some.
No, I
yeah, absolutely.
I'm not gonna beg.
No. But I'll. You want to meet at Greens Point again?
I'm trying to cut down on the drinking. I literally.
Why?
Because it gave me depression and fat.
That was something else. It's not the whiskey.
Oh, it wasn't? Because I feel great now that I'm not drinking every day, all day.
I mean,
I don't feel great. I got high this weekend and I smoked some. I vaped this weekend, and that's why I sound like a broke 900 number operator. Because,
was it THC? THC vape?
It was the marijuanas. Yeah, it was. No, I fucking vaped just to. It was just fucking tobacco. Fucking I got high.
I know people do it in place of cigarettes.
Really?
So instead of trying to smoke cigarettes,
they think it's better.
They're idiots, but I do understand why.
Yeah.
I'll find out where Whistle Pig came from. I know the local person, Stephanie. We're actually doing next on June 2nd, next Wednesday. We're doing. Justin, are you talking about Dave Pickerel? You're either talking about Dave Pickerel or Raj Bhakta. So both were involved in the launching of going back to my story of like the people who've died on my show. We've talked about John Witherspoon.
Yes.
The other person who died was the founder of Whistle Pig, Dave Pickerel. 2 weeks after doing my show, he passed.
Do people die when you do their show?
No, not yet.
Oh, good. False alarm. Never mind. Tuesday. False alarm. Sorry, I pulled the trigger a little soon there. I should let you answer first. All right, so we're going to learn the story of Whistle Pig, and we learned something about the quality versus age of Texas bourbon and Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah,
we learned that you're famous and you're in a book. Now, is he giving you a copy, or are you going to get like a...
No, I'm going to pay for a copy.
What?
Because listen, there's two things I have in life that I'm gonna
a big on my dick. Okay.
No.
Usually people that make that list this starts with big dick. That's usually like, I only got two things in my life. One of them is usually a big dick. So, okay, well, you said no. Your words, not mine.
There's
like a big dick. No. Oh, well, okay. I'm sorry.
There's two models in life that I try to shoot for, right? And if I don't need a discount from a friend, I'm not going to take it.
Nice.
Because when the time comes that I actually need the discount, I need you to know that I haven't been taking it for years, so that that one day if I really need it, you're there for me.
Like, hey, bro, times are tough. I need some Whistle Pig though.
And vice versa. If I can pay full price to support a friend's business, the guy I've known him for years. He's written a couple books. Don't give me the free book. He didn't pay me 100%. To come on your show to talk about it. I'm buying his book full price. on Amazon,
100%.
pre-ordered, and then I'm going to come on Barry's. And, am I talking about it because I mentioned? Maybe, but that's irrelevant to the story. But
you should be proud of that, though, dude. Listen, man, I don't want you to ever sell yourself short on what you've done for whiskey and bourbon in this scene and in this state, man. Don't ever sleep on your contribution to this. You should be mentioned in books. Absolutely.
I appreciate that. It does feel good. Is it next to my bed for me to look at when me and my wife make love? Maybe, but it's completely irrelevant. Do I look at myself in the mirror right when I finish? Yes, but that's completely irrelevant.
This is super awkward. But I kind of feel that.
For you, man.
Listen, when I was doing Houston Sports Show,
making me feel like this is super funny.
When I was doing Houston Sports Show, doing it when Barry on Sports, when that segment came on, did the pants go down? Maybe. No, just
a little bit.
Hun, look, I'm on TV. No, it's not.
Dude, I'm sure. Well, you guys also had the highest ratings in the city on more than one occasion. I'm sure you were literally like in a.
Well, that was radio, not TV. I don't know if we did on TV. Our radio show.
I meant radio.
No, the radio. We killed it several times. TV.
Every time your wife's like, "Hey, you didn't take the trash out on Monday," you're like, "Yeah, but did you see my ratings?"
Do you know? Yeah, a lot of good that's doing me now. That and $1, I can get a soda. Yeah, no, like the TV, I don't think we did as good, but I am excited. It's coming back. So June 19th, Houston Sports Show returns, but it won't be returning to Channel 2. It'll be on WB39, so you gotta look out for that.
It's not called WB anymore, is it though, Barry?
I have no idea. I just said it was on Channel 39.
CW.
I assumed it was
CW.
Oh, is it CW? Fuck. I guess I need to learn what channel I'm going to be on, what the lingo is, right?
Can I just say, from a call back to the movie discussion, the worst thing in any television show or film is angsty teenagers.
Okay.
Right? Like, so go CW, WB39, the whole thing is angsty teenager shows. My daughter is
except for Houston Sports Show now.
Except for Houston Sports Show. But that whole thing of just like an angry teenager there was this show on Netflix right now about superheroes. It's got Josh Duhamel in it. And
what's
these
it called?
Superheroes give what's that?
What's it called?
It's called the Rising Jupiter's Ascension.
Oh my God.
Jupiter's Ascension.
Oh my God. I know we got to go. It's 3:59. Do we need to table this discussion? Because I tried to watch that. It looks like the Equate version of fucking Marvel. It looks like the most knockoff Hill Country Fair bullshit ass made up. Oh my God. You know when you go to the fucking dollar store and they don't have fucking superheroes to sell, but they have like a version of a Batman? That's what this shit looked like. I was like, I tried to watch it right after watching Skins. I was like, I'd rather go watch Poopy Diamond Butthole Mouth stuff than this bullshit. It was terrible. I digress.
It's absolutely garbage.
Yes.
It's not good. I like Josh Duhamel, but it's got a superhero teenager. She has her superpowers, but she's all mad because her parents weren't there for her. Like, it's the worst.
It's like, you're a fucking superhero. Shut the fuck up, lady. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, if you can fly. Yeah. What do you have to complain about?
The fuck? Yeah. No, I'm with you. It did look bad. I was like, they got these superheroes at Dollar General. I really feel that way. Yeah.
The costumes are bad. It's Wish.com's version of a superhero show.
Overstocked.
Yeah, overstocked. That's exactly right.
That's good shit. My friend, how can the people follow you? How can the people keep up with the famous, now in written form, Kristopher Hart?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I was already featured in Texas Monthly Magazine a few times. But so you could check out the show. ESPN Whiskey Neat 97.5. Of course, join the Houston Bourbon Society Facebook page. Learn about whiskey.
Yes.
Find out what's going on. The Whiskey Social will be back this fall. We're working on dates now. And of course,
if you need entertainment for that, I know a guy.
I don't know if you're busy Thursday. But
have you ever had a comedian at any of that? Have you ever had any? I'm sure you have bands. Have you ever done comedy there? Especially as much as you love comedy.
Yeah, so we've never done a band and we've never done stand-up comedy
really?
For the Whiskey Social. Yeah. The entire festival is basically binge drinking for 3 hours. So if you think hecklers are bad at a comedy show,
no, I'm out.
the entire purpose of the event is drinking.
Can I open it?
Softball.
I'd rather open it before they drink. I could do it then. I'll come up and do a 10-minute set before. Yeah, I don't know. If this was like Shark Tank, I'd be like, oh, they're drunk? No, for that reason, I'm out.
I'm still trying to figure out that comedy thing there, and I'm still working on it. Long story short, check it out.
Yes.
We've got a new episode dropping this Friday. Brendan Schaub from The Fighter and the Kid, the UFC. Brendan Schaub will be on the show this Friday's episode. We talk about his new whiskey coming out.
Can I tell you a funny story about him?
Oh, absolutely.
I know you like him, right? Like you guys are friends, right?
Yeah, I would consider us friends. Yeah.
So last time maybe not the last time, maybe the time before he was here, I was still on the radio. He comes to town and the Improv hires me to host for him. So he had, I guess, I don't know if he had a feature or no. So Alan Adams, I think, was featuring, but he had me host for him. So I was like, I think you actually got him to come. No, that was the second time. So first time he's in town and I'm his MC for the weekend, all weekend. Talk to his brother, exchange numbers. Next time you're in town, this, that, and the other. Fast forward, not 1 year, because I think I missed it, but the following year, he's in town. He's doing Whiskey Neat, and you send him. You're like, we talk, we meet in the hall. You say, do you want him? I was like, yeah, that'd be dope to see him again. I hadn't seen him since I worked with him last time. You're like, cool. I'll tell him to come over. He walks over. He walks up. He comes into the studio where I'm at. And he goes, I go, hey, what's up, dude? It's Barry. He goes, oh, what's up, man? Nice to meet you. Really, bro? We spent a whole weekend together doing shows. Nice to meet you? I was like, God, this guy lives in his own world. What a dick. Like, how do you not know that you worked a whole weekend with somebody? You did their radio show then. You're doing it now. Come on, fam.
All right, so I'm gonna defend him a little bit, and this isn't anything.
No.
I know. I've met a few decent size celebrities who I've met on multiple occasions, emailed, texted. Like we
Cool.
sat down for a few hours for an interview, and we'll reply to an email or a text with Kevin. I'm not a short black guy. My name is not Kevin Hart. It's Kristopher Hart.
Yeah.
And for a while I'm pretty sure I was in Brendan's phone as Whiskey Pete, not Kristopher Hart.
I'm
so
sure.
I've learned to
Did you sit in the green room and talk sneakers for 2 hours together and then him be like, oh, nice to meet you?
I mean, he did my show, then we went to dinner together, and then I took him. I
was like, come on, fam.
I'm just saying.
It ain't that. Look, I'm bad with names. I'm bad with faces. Don't get me wrong. Listeners can tell you from ESPN, we do an event, like they would have a big listener thing, and I would meet people, and then I wouldn't see them again for a year, and then I wouldn't remember that I met them, and that's on me. But I'm bad with names and faces and all that. But if I spent a weekend with you, bro, in a comedy club in Houston, and we talk sneakers and I did your radio show, I'm gonna fucking remember you.
I agree. I don't disagree.
Just saying.
I'm just saying I cut people a little break. I cut people a little break because I'm forgetting people, you know? I thought
no doubt. What?
No, just kidding.
All right, that's Kevin Hart, you guys. Appreciate him coming on. No, you know what? I mean, it was more funny than I don't get offended by stuff like that. And I know people have busy, but I mean, for fuck's sake, if Kid from Kid and Play could remember me from one weekend, and that guy, you talk about a guy that enjoys libations.
Yeah. And then some. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And he remembered me. Come on, fam. All right. Listen, we got to bounce. Homie, I appreciate you. I love Tuesdays with you, man. It is so much fun.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah. All right. We'll talk soon.
Appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for doing it. It's so much fun. That is Kristopher Hart, Whiskey Neat. Make sure you check him out. And that is the end of Barry on Deck for a Tuesday. A little 6 minutes extra time there with a Brendan Schaub story. On how he forgot my face and my name. It cut deep. I really wasn't that upset. I just thought, okay, I guess. Hey, tomorrow is a Wednesday. Nothing special planned. I'd love to plug something, but I don't have anything. Maybe I'll do the hot tub show. Not happening. Hey, thumbs up the show. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Until tomorrow, when we do it all again. Oh, I almost forgot. Don't forget tonight. Twitch.tv/SportsRightLive. We're going to be doing a sidecast of the Astros versus Dodgers. Come hang out with us. Twitch.tv/SportsRightLive. So until tomorrow, or until I see you tonight, do me 3 favors. Please, pretty please. Be safe. Be kind. And most importantly, love each other. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Daddy's making a YouTube video!